Hey everybody, Dash, digital cash, time to flash. Let's do the morning crypto. Start the music. It's the Morning Cryptos. It is day 115 of my 90-day challenge, November 22nd, 2017. It also happens to be my 57th birthday. Yes, people, I am an old man. For all of you youngsters in this space, one of the things that I have seen in my many years of attempting to make a living as a freelance musician, as a freelance human being, is that we are standing right now at the greatest opportunity in the history of humankind. And it's time to learn how to ride it, how to surf it, how to benefit from it, how to manage it in our own lives. And the times they are a-changing. There's going to be some changes coming down the pike in this next year that I believe will blow our minds. So with all that being said, welcome to the Morning Cryptos. This is the Hypnosis of Money and the Crypto Cranker's Guide to the Bitcoin Galaxy of Grooviness and Greed. And I'm your host, Mark Shepard. Let's look around. Let's see what's going on. First of all, what I do every day is I come to the Bitcoin chart and I resist. I resist looking at the others because I've just looked at it before I went to bed anyway because I'm a little compulsive. And then I go over to Google and I type in the Bitcoin price. And I did that just while I was setting up my camera and stuff, and I saw this beautiful headline: Dash price reaches new all-time high of $574. And it's really nice to have a headline about something other than Bitcoin for a change. Because over here, Jim Rogers smells a Bitcoin bubble. And over on Fortune, they're still talking about that cryptocurrency hack over on Tether, which is like old news now. Okay, so because news moves fast here in the crypto world. So let's just check into the Merkle here and see what Dash is doing. I have not looked at a Dash chart yet, but I just in the last week or so, I have switched my Bitcoin mining payouts. I have a couple of contracts over at Genesis Mining, and I was getting my payout in Bitcoin, but the payouts were so small that it's like it makes the Bitcoin I have in my wallet almost unusable, because if I were to bundle those little tiny bits of Bitcoin together and send them somewhere, the transaction costs would actually be more than the value of what I would be sending. So that's a problem, people. And the futures trading of Bitcoin would not be affected by that because they're not actually owning Bitcoin. They're actually just buying a contract to buy Bitcoin. So if you think it's crazy now, it's going to get crazier and crazier. But Bitcoin doesn't have to be fast, and it doesn't have to be affordable with transactions in order for the futures commodities people to trade it. So that's an interesting setup. So let's look at Dash price here. And there's a little ad snuck in there. It doesn't happen all that often. Most top 10 currencies are in the green at the same time, especially with the Bitcoin price seemingly preparing for another leg up. Interesting things are bound to happen. The Dash price is still going strong after surpassing 500 last night. Right now, it seems we may see the Dash price go all the way to 600 in the coming hours, although maintaining the momentum becomes more difficult for every dollar gained. Dash price keeps soaring to new heights. It's been a remarkable year for most currencies, cryptos, including Dash. Although Bitcoin has gotten most of the attention when it comes to price gains, we shouldn't overlook the altcoin gains either. What? Bleh. We shouldn't overlook the altcoin gains either. What have I been telling you people? Sorry, it's really early. I literally just rolled out of bed, made my coffee, came in here. My eyes are not quite still working. People who stocked up on Dash at that time, looking back at the Dash price 1 year ago, its value was well below the $10 mark. People who stocked up on Dash at that time and are still holding today have seen a 6,000% increase in portfolio value. That is quite remarkable, to say the very least, as it makes Bitcoin's price gains pale in comparison. Although Bitcoin has a much longer history, so you can't really compare them. Okay, and the other piece is that's one of the things as I'm looking back and thinking deeply about this is that if you just buy these new coins, the really good ones, the good projects, when they come out and just hold them or hodl them, hold on for dear life, you don't have to worry about the daily swings. Just hang on. It's a bull market, we want to crank it. A lot of us want to make it happen faster, but sometimes you just need to hang on and be a little patient. While this growth is nothing short of incredible, it remains a bit unclear why the Dash price has gone up in such spectacular fashion. Granted, there have been some technical updates and a strong marketing push across Venezuela this year. Whether or not that alone warrants such a strong price increase remains anybody's guess right now. The thing is, if Bitcoin is worth $8,000 plus and you can't use it and the transaction times take all day and it's not private really, and Dash does all of that and more, it should be worth $600. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's my editorial comment. Most of Dash's value is derived from speculation. Well, you could say that about everything in the crypto space. Okay, and then they say that, but it also applies to every other cryptocurrency in existence. Despite some struggles when it came to surpassing 400 permanently, the Dash price has eventually shown some legwork and continues to push without too many problems. More specifically, one Dash is worth about half of what it is today just 2 months ago. Was worth about half of what it is today just 2 months ago. It is evident the Bitcoin price surge has allowed most altcoins to thrive as well, although it is certainly possible we now have even more cryptocurrency speculators actively diversifying their portfolios. Where this will all lead in the coming years remains to be determined. Okay, great. All right. Okay, 24-hour trading volume looking pretty solid for Dash. Okay, this means Dash will probably have a pullback, right? South Koreans, the BitThumb exchange in South Korea, massive appetite. Dash price has risen, blah, 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 blah. Bitfinex and Poloniex complete the top three. Two fiat currencies leading the pack shows people actively looking for ways to buy cryptocurrency rather than just diversify Bitcoin holdings. All right, so people, that's exciting. And we're going to go look at the charts right now. And because we just looked at Dash, let's look at it. Oh, that's sweet. Let's look at on the 1 hour chart. Okay. So here's the deal. I have been looking at Dash from this big move here back in, when was that? That was November 12th. Okay. So we had this. Oh, I'm on the hour. I'm on the 1 hour chart. So we had this huge kind of trading range, which is really sweet. If a currency does this, people, and has support, little boost, support, another little boost, it's like it's a trailing bullish flag. It's like a pennant. It's a bullish pennant. You can literally kind of draw it right here, and it's pretty sweet. But the deal is Dash is a good project. It has a good team. It is well designed. It is continually being improved, right? That's what's going to win out in the long run, right? Remember AOL? Remember MySpace? That's what I'm trying to say here. That there will be winners and losers in this crypto space. And what we're trying to do right now, and the beauty is that you and I have the ability to decide which ones are going to be the winners and the losers. And that should be interesting. All right, let's crank through these. It's my birthday. My girlfriend made me blueberry pie, and I want to get me some. But it's interesting because my Bitcoin payout was about $10 or $12 every day. And since I switched it to Dash, yesterday it was like 18. Because they're taking higher priced Bitcoin and converting it into Dash, which is then almost immediately rising in price. So that's pretty cool. And again, people, it doesn't always go up. Sometimes it comes back. And there will probably be a correction up here, and it will probably solidify down the 520 range. And you know what? I'll take it. I'm holding on because I think we're just getting started. All right. Bitcoin Cash. Let me get a US dollar chart. Bitcoin Cash. Now, what did I just say about Dash? We're on a 1 hour chart here. What did I just show you on the Dash chart? Okay. Whether you like Bitcoin Cash or not, I don't know how I'm going to draw this, but okay, there's a huge bullish flag right there. There's a lot of support at this one level, which doesn't even matter. It's 1180 or so, right? People know about it. It has made the improvements that Bitcoin hasn't made. It has all of Roger Ver, the Bitcoin Jesus's support. Interesting. And supposedly it's much more decentralized than Bitcoin, which is somehow has been taken over by the bad guys, right? I don't know. That's a story. However, I just bought some the other day because I saw this pattern, and I'm attempting to trade intelligently for me, not trade by virtue of ideology or belief. So we have a little bit of a flag here. We also have this precipitous drop, but again, that happens in Bitcoin. And that was a news-driven item, right? So I can't even remember what the news was at this point. So keep an eye on Bitcoin Cash. Not a bad time to get in. I think it's a buy-sell. It's a buy signal. Whew! I gotta hit some more coffee, baby. Get this coffee in my bloodstream. And I'm back to half decaf, half regular coffee. I was hitting it hard. I was hitting hard on the coffee for a couple of days there. Found myself being slightly irritated. Yeah, irritable. Okay. So Bitcoin Cash, baby. Not a bad time to get in. And I got $100 worth. I like buying $100 of something. It causes me to watch it, and I can see that $100 go down or up. And so I can just at a glance in my portfolio look at the newer coins that I'm experimenting with or tentatively checking out. And so I highly recommend you have some process in your own life where you get a little bit and you see how it feels and you watch it for a while. Having a little in it causes you to care, causes you to pay attention. And we don't want to care too much. We want to have a little non-attachment. It's a spiritual balance we have to walk here, people. All right, so, and Bitcoin is literally just going for 8,400 at this point. It's outrageous. It's crazy. And there will be a big pullback at some point. I just don't think we're there yet because I think so much bullish news is hitting this market. December 11th is the date that we've been told for the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME. Stuff could change, people. I'm holding. Whatever Bitcoin I have, I can't use anyway, so I might as well hold it, right? I'm not going to just get rid of it. How do you take profits in something where your profits are totally destroyed by the transaction fees, right? So get my payout now in Dash. In Dash, I can combine any way I want. It's usable, okay? That's why Dash is going up. South Koreans are not idiots. They know what value is. They've been through some intense wars in their life, and we have Canada to the north, they have North Korea to the north. They know that the shit could go down, and they don't want paper money. They want this. That's smart. That's very interesting. So if you are somewhat skeptical about Bitcoin, if you want to see if you can buy low and sell high, you could go to, let's say, the Bittrex exchange. And if you have Ethereum or Litecoin, you can put in a buy order down here at this old support, because I would be willing to bet at some point Bitcoin might come back here, right? And if it comes back here soon, it's not going to stay here, so that's your real support. And we got another support level here, so just keep an eye on these. Whoops. Okay, stop with this. It's just kind of a half-assed line, but anyway, if you want to get into Bitcoin, do not chase it as it rises. When it has a pullback, get some then. But it's so steep, people, and it's not usable. But good luck getting it out. That sentiment could spread by word of mouth to a lot of people fairly quickly. And anyway, I got to stop gabbing. I also started watching Bitcoin Gold. I don't have any. I'm not recommending it. But Bitcoin Gold is looking like it's doing fairly well here at $233. And again, this was designed according to the people that did this hard fork so that average people like you and me could mine it with our computers. And we'll see if that's workable or not. You don't need an ASIC miner. You don't need to buy your ASIC miner from Jihan Wu, the only source of ASIC miners in the world, who is requiring that you use Bitcoin Cash. But you understand why he's requiring you to use Bitcoin Cash, because it takes too long for Bitcoin to confirm, right? It takes too long for Bitcoin to confirm, and you can't use it. But Bitcoin Cash, you can use it. So I think Bitcoin Cash is going to rise, and I think probably Bitcoin Gold is going to rise, because a lot of money is coming into this market, right? You kind of have to be a dumbass to not make money here, right? Where people in groups are predictable, people individually are not. This is groups of people, and it is somewhat predictable. The more it goes up, the more it goes up. And it is a bubble, but it's the beginning of the bubble. It's the beginning of one of the greatest financial revolutions of all time, and it remains to be seen where it goes. So it looks to me like Dash has some significant support around 500 at this point. So if it comes back, it will probably come back to that point and consolidate, which is fine with me. I don't need it to go parabolic every day. I just need it to steadily increase and to be usable. So that's Dash. We already looked at it. Let's look at EOS. I want to get you out of here fairly quickly. My dad's coming to visit me. We're doing a big Thanksgiving thing. I hope you guys are all having a great Thanksgiving and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if the holidays brings up your stuff, but a lot of people have stuff come up around the holidays. EOS is coming up around the holidays. And look at this. It is right at a really significant resistance point. Somewhere in the $2.11 range. And this is the one-day chart. Look at that. It's made this huge kind of loop. And this is kind of normal when something kind of initially is launched. There's a lot of hype, and then it kind of trails off a little bit while they get to work. And it's come into the news again because they're ahead of schedule, and it's designed to handle millions of transactions a second, whereas Ethereum gets clogged, Bitcoin gets clogged because of the whole design. Dan Larimer is the main guy on this project, development guy. He developed Steem, and he developed BitShares, I think is the other one, all of which can handle millions of transactions a second. And so he's proven it, and now he's taking it to another level. This is a good get-in point right now on EOS. It's at a really significant support place. Let's call it Zoompa right here. Right? If it comes back down to this little line, definitely buy some. And that's not advice. That's me telling myself, oh, buy some. But I bought some down here. So I'm doing really well with EOS. I'm pleased because I saw this sideways trading range. Again, people, this will make you money if you watch these every day and pay attention to me and you make your own decisions intelligently based on what I'm trying to teach you, right? And I'm not trying to teach a seasoned, hardened trader. I'm trying to teach someone who might be new to this. And my experience is that I have 40 years of studying the human mind and business, and I also traded futures commodities. I taught myself how to do it back in 1991, I think. And this is way easier, and it's way better, and it's like we are lucky to be alive right now in so many ways, in so many ways. So EOS, check it out. Really a good place to get in. This is just the beginning. This is not a little fluffy puff. This is a serious project. And it's not even going to be launched until June of 2018. So you have a lot of room. This is still an Ethereum token, but you can buy it and you can sell it. And it is supported by the Exodus wallet as well. So we'll just take a quick peek on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, good get-in spot here. It has support right where it is. It's got like triple support. And it's in a sideways trading range. That's an in signal, people. All right. So do what you will. It's up to you to make your own decisions. And by the way, speaking of music, because I just sang a little bit, I'm a compulsive songwriter, and I've been using my own compulsions successfully for 40 years. So I'm now a compulsive crypto cranker, but I just released a new music video yesterday for my new CD called The Key to Your Cage. The Key to Your Cage. And if you want a little uplift, you might want to watch that. And please give me a thumbs up and a share on that, because I need help. I need your help getting my music out. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. That was a commercial. Get used to doing that. All right. It's hard to sell your own stuff, but I'm working on it. So Ethereum, nice, looking good. We're on the 1 day chart here. And again, we have a pretty dependable upwards movement here. We do have some serious resistance around 400. So I would be willing to bet, and I've been saying this, that Ethereum is going to go for 400. And if it doesn't, if it hits this 400 mark and pulls back, we will then have a triple top. And that will basically mean it's going to go to the moon after that. That's my opinion. Totally my opinion. But I am hanging on to my Ethereum, baby. I'm hanging on to my Ethereum. And I actually used some Ethereum to pay my girlfriend. And boom, went through. The transaction cost 7 cents. And it was done. And it happened fast. So Ethereum, I'm liking it. I think long term, I favor EOS and Dash over Ethereum and Bitcoin. That's my honest opinion from studying the crap out of this every minute of every day for the last 6 months or longer. But again, make your own decisions, people. Think for yourselves. I'm just showing you how I'm thinking so that you can think in ways that work. This is the 1 hour chart, and we have double bottoms here, and the bottoms are getting higher. We also have some tops here, but the tops are getting lower, so this could be a wedge. It could go either way. These wedges, I've noticed, they can lift, but they can also dump. Right? What I prefer is when the tops are a nice sell it across. And you could interpret this as a triple top on the 1 hour chart, but I don't know if that's really intelligent or not. But it's looking like Ethereum's wanting to go up. If you don't have any and you want to get some, not a bad time to get in. Not a bad time to get in, particularly if it goes to 400. You got $25 or more worth of room right now. You might want to wait till it comes here, but I just, if you feel like you're at a good place with Ethereum, it looks like it wants to go. And not a bad entry point if it's going to 400, all right? And it may go to 800, right? If Dash just went almost to 600, why wouldn't Ethereum go there as well, right? Because the value is based on people's perceptions. And people have been obsessively focused on Bitcoin for the last God knows how many months, with all the hard forks and all the, the news and the CME and the Chinese ICO ban, all kinds of stuff. So, but we do have really, really solid support below 300. And it's going, people. It's going to go. All right, let's look at IOTA. I don't have any, but IOTA is making its big move. And there's a long way to go on that project. And it's young yet, so you have time. I probably wouldn't buy here. Not that you can get any very easily. You have to use an exchange. I'm not a big fan of the exchanges. I really am not. I think there's been a lot of hanky-panky. There's been some news about Bitfinex, which is the biggest one, being on somewhat shaky ground, and Tether, their whole Tether thing, and there's just some shenanigans. And I don't like it. I prefer the Exodus wallet. I would actually prefer Coinbase over some of those. But they all could go down. And this is supposed to be peer-to-peer money, not peer-to-exchange to peer. Right? What does it appear? Litecoin, let's move on. Sorry, I'm flapping my lips, but I'm starting to get into this, and I'm starting to wake up, and I'm starting to get excited because I love this. And I've yet to look at my Exodus wallet, but I have a feeling it's going to be a really good birthday. All right. Okay, and Litecoin just steadily moving up, steadily moving up, steadily moving up. Probably will hit the 90 point by January or February. That's my, unless there's some crazy news that causes it to go back, in which case I'll just buy more. See, that's the idea. If we have a hit like this, that's a buy signal up the kazoo, because Litecoin is steady, and the South Koreans love it, right? And they love it the way I love it, because it's the closest we have to a predictable, steady uptrend that you can. It's in this beautiful trading range, and I say this every day, but if you don't have Litecoin, start thinking about it, and I wouldn't get it right here. I'd wait till it, had a little pullback, but buy the dips, people. Buy the dips, and just watch it, and when the time is right, do it. Neo is just something I'm keeping an eye on. I don't have any. And it's at a support spot here, so it may go. It may boost. Omise go. Looks like a nice steady working its way up. I like a nice steady. And let's look at Quantum against the US dollar. Quantum boosted to 15, and now people are taking profits. I thought of taking profits too, but I'm going to hold. Just going to hold early in the project. And if you look at the people that just held Litecoin, that held Ethereum when it was $10, look at them now. They feel pretty smart, right? This is cheap, and it's going to go up in price. It's a really good project. And it's a blue chip stock, essentially, that's about to go. And you can get in early. XMR Monero, finally really boosted. Really, really boosted, which is great. I have one of them, and I think I bought it, definitely below 100. I don't know where I bought it or when I bought it. I'm hoping I bought it down here back in August at 53. I don't think I did. I probably didn't buy it. I probably bought it. I probably bought it here. I probably bought it at the top of the market. No, I may have bought it around here. I got to check. I may have bought it at 84, but I definitely bought it way below 100. And that was just one. I just owned one. But the thing is, once you own one, once you own $100 worth of anything, $50, $20, whatever it is, then you pay attention to it, and then you watch, and then you you can make decisions, but you can't make a decision if you're not in. I have a friend of mine who's like, yeah, I was telling him about all of this, and he was like, yeah, well, when I pay off my credit cards, I'll get into it. I'm like, dude, you're not going to pay off your credit cards. Get into this. Don't use your credit cards to do it, but start stealing a little money from yourself. If you need to make $20 less of a payment on your credit card and just do the minimum payment for a little bit, you might want to consider. Again, this is self-hypnosis here. I'm going, okay, because I now have enough in my Exodus wallet to pay off my credit cards if I needed to or if I had to. But if I had waited till now, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have had the experience. You want to get in and get your experience in a small, realistic way as soon as possible. Get your experience. Start small. You don't have to trade $1,000 at a time. Get in with 20, get in with 30, get in with 100, and start learning how to do it. And if you stick with me, I will protect you from making a lot of the dumbass mistakes I made, like the Ponzi schemes. Stay away from them. Do not give your Bitcoin to anyone. Do not give your cryptos to anyone who promises you an outrageously hard to believe, too good to be true return, right? There's a ton of scams out there, people. Be careful. Let's go to XRP Ripple. I have not been watching Ripple. I haven't paid much attention to it because it's considered by a lot of the anarchy people, the libertarians, to be kind of a bank version, a bank coin. But it's already being used by, banks and credit card companies. And so I'm keeping an eye on it. A friend of mine asked me to look at it and talk about what it's doing on the charts. And what it's doing on the charts is it has double tops. You could call it triple tops if you want to. You could really call that a triple top. It has rising bottoms, right? It's right now in the middle of a trading range. So if it goes below this and touches this line, definitely you could consider an entry point. Again, not to be construed as financial advice. But if it does come back here and I have some extra money and I want to play with it and have a little money on it, I won't get in until it comes back here. All right? So that's it for today, people. I've got some others, but I think that's long enough. And I really appreciate your time, your attention, and the fact that you're trying to make your life better. That's why we're here. We're all here to make our lives better. But the thing is, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the money. Where in health, it's not just about the food either, right? In relationships and in romance, it's not just about the sex, right? There's so much more to every area of human endeavor that we yearn to be free in, that we yearn to grow in, that we yearn to experience pleasure and prosperity and all the good things that we can experience in this lifetime. And that's new. That's something that only the elite, the wealthy, the aristocrats in the past had access to, even thoughts like that. And now it's time for the common human being, me, you, us, the average person, the person who has a dream, has a vision for their life, something better for their children, a better experience of being human. That's what we're working on here. And it sounds grandiose, but this is my birthday. And I came into the world to do more than just consume. I came into the world to do more than just be entertained by a television set. I came into the world to do more than just chase skirts, right? I came into the world to do more even than just write music. I came into the world to be a complete human being and to learn and to grow and to share what I've learned with other people and hopefully help you to experience a better life. As a better man, as a better woman, as a better human being, better. We're looking for a better life, people. That's what this is really all about. And if it wasn't such a cliche, maybe I'd call everything the Better Life Program. But it's a cliche. It's a cliche because it's true. It's because that's what we want. And that's what the United States was originally set up to do, and it has not fulfilled its promise because it has been co-opted by the central banks and the corporate oligarchy. And we all know this, right? How many taxes do you really pay? This is our chance, people. Let's not mess it up. Let's do this right. Let's do it well. And it starts with you and me taking charge of our money. We have a bank. We have a Swiss bank account in our pocket with our phones. We have Swiss bank accounts in our homes with our computers. And that's it for today. I hope that charges you up because you're pretty smart. You're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing in the right way. And this has been the Morning Cryptos. I will talk to you in the next one. And in the U.S., we're going to celebrate the Thanksgiving holiday, and we should be thankful. We should be thankful, and it's up to you. Make a list of what you're thankful for. That shit works. Gratitude journals, they work because it focuses your mind on what's good. And then your mind will give you more of that. It's a simple hypnotic principle that's being used by a lot of people to great extent, and it's time that we do it even more. Let this be the mass movement. Let the revolution be between your ears and behind your eyes. All right, that's it for today. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with someone you love. If you like music, check out my music. If you're a man, check out my Better Man project. And that's it for now. Peace, grooviness, over and out. Start the music.